right, let's get this started. Hello, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Me and my fellow board members are extremely excited, maybe also a bit nervous, to welcome you to the first IADA virtual symposium, Show It and Save It, before, during, and after COVID-19, exploring the compromises between exhibition and preservation. Conservators have been increasingly involved in exhibitions, let it be as installers, mount makers, or of course as conservators, to weigh the pros and cons of displaying an object. Often finding themselves torn between saying no to certain ideas and plans, finding an acceptable compromise for the object, the curator, and that this compromise will still result in a great visitor's experience and meet the larger institutional goals. Decision-making is driven by different stakeholders or factors like cutting costs, exhibition design ideas, growing demands to loan collection items worldwide, risk management, but also environmental sustainability. All combined, exhibitions clearly calls for true collaboration, learning from each stakeholder and foremost to understand each other's reasons and standpoints for demands in exhibition. With all this complexity in place, how can we keep overall high standards, maintain best practices, and display items safely, but also aesthetic, interesting, and fun? If we thought exhibition and display planning was already complex and complicated, well, COVID-19 gave us a whole new layer of factors to take into account. The presentations you will hear during the next 4 days will cover different concerns of exhibitions and display, from large holistic approaches to small preferred mounts, materials, and tips. We received a large number of excellent submissions, and unfortunately, there's just never enough time to present them all. The technical committee had to make the difficult decision of what could be presented. The committee was asked to create a symposium program which would look at exhibitions from all angles for all different stakeholders involved. With Show It and Save It, we hope to offer a common ground for curators, registrars, exhibition designers, installers, and conservators with new ideas, new connections, and maybe some collaboration you had not thought of. Many of us would probably prefer to be together in person. However, I see from the registrations that some of you would most likely have not made it to an in-person conference. So in the end, going virtual offers that opportunity, and hopefully it was a short commute for all of you. At this point, I would like to extend a very special hello and thank you to all of our speakers, without whom this symposium would definitely not have been possible. Thank you. We do have around 350 participants from 32 countries. I will spare you listing all countries, but wanted to mention a few which we don't usually get to see: Australia, Brazil, Egypt, and the Ivory Coast. So welcome to those participants whose first IADA symposium this is. Well, by now we all have listened plenty enough to the news about COVID-19, the variants, mask mandates, politics around it, do's and don'ts, and difficult decisions about opening life as usual back up or not. IADA had to make that difficult decision a while ago. Initially, we had planned to have the symposium in Italy or France. With the board members already being from 7 different countries, we realized quickly we would have taken on a serious challenge during these times, making an in-person symposium happen. We reached out to the IADA members with a survey, and after receiving a more or less split opinion on what members are comfortable with, we decided a virtual symposium was the way to go. And here we are. None of us had ever organized something like this. Yes, we had Zoom calls and learned how to set virtual backgrounds, maybe how to set up breakout rooms, but that was the extent of it. The whole board was in agreement that we wanted to make the virtual symposium as close to an in-person one as possible. With professional support, we got to this digital space. It was very important to us that once you entered the symposium platform, you could experience and find everything in one place. I encourage you to check out the networking lounge and connect with colleagues. You can simply text or even video chat with them. At IADA conferences, we historically have a strong relationship with our vendors, and there was no doubt that they had to be part of this event as well. So a big thanks goes to our vendors, who once again didn't hesitate to join us. Thank you. Please check them out in the lobby, and you can also connect with them through text or video chat. Also in the lobby, you can find the agenda where you can mark your favorite talks and conveniently download them to your calendar. Last but not least, if you are on social media, remember to use hashtag IADA2022 for posts about Show It and Save It.